Hi, welcome to the hand functional exercise series. There is one video in this series. The objective or the goal of this series is to really work on improving your grip, both the big grip as well as your pinching grip. Overall, this will help you to hold things more tightly, do activities such as opening cans, writing, holding utensils. There are a variety of tasks that require a good gross and pinch grip. The equipment that you will need for this video includes a washcloth or a hand towel, a clothespin, a rubber band, a soup can, and a water bottle. Please remember throughout this exercise routine that tiny muscles that are in our hand and in our wrists can tire more quickly, so please feel free to alternate or pause as necessary. Let's begin. To warm up with this routine, let's go ahead and just start with just some running or walking in place, just getting our heart rate up, getting our lungs moving a little bit, getting our bodies warmed up to prepare for some additional exercise. We'll do this about 30 seconds. Great job. Please keep in mind too that at any point during this routine or any of the exercise routines as part of MS Moves, you are welcome to pause, freeze, hold the video for a bit, and get done what you need to accomplish. A few more seconds and we'll take a break. Great. Now that we're warmed up, we're gonna do just one stretch to get our hands and our wrists a little bit more ready to move with some strengthening. It's important to have good wrist flexor muscle extensibility in order to allow for full motion for a grip. It's not uncommon for people with MS to have a little bit of spasticity in these muscle groups. So let's start with this stretch. Should be strong, comfortable stretch. We'll do 30 seconds on each side, but as typical, please stop and pause as you need. We'll start with the right hand first, palm up. Gently push that down to feel that pull through the top of the forearm. Go ahead and start. Gentle pull, not painful. Great job, you guys. We're halfway there. I'm gonna actually let us pause and just rotate that arm around, that wrist around, and we'll finish up. Because it is a little more of an aggressive stretch for many of us. Super. Let's go ahead and work over to the left side now. Palm up, forearm up. Extend that wrist down with a little bit of overpressure from your opposite hand. Go ahead and start. At that halfway point, we'll take a break again and just rotate that wrist around. But a good, gentle, comfortable pull is what you should be feeling on the top of your forearm here. Great job. Pause just a moment. Rotate that wrist around, shake it out a little bit, and we'll finish the last 10 seconds or so. Great job, everybody. So important to have good flexibility of these muscles. Great. Let's go ahead and move on to some strengthening exercises. Please note that what we will do is alternate sides, allowing the opportunity for each muscle group to take a little break, a little breather between the next exercise. So what you will need for the first exercise is a water bottle. What you will do, you can either lean forward, comfortably resting your forearm on your thigh, or you're welcome if your chair is positioned in such a way you can also rest your forearm on your chair. But ideally, we want your entire forearm supported. With your water bottle pointing upward, make sure the lid's on tight. With your water bottle pointing upward, we're gonna do a full motion with the palm up and then rotating the palm down. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds, so here we go. Slow and controlled, palm up, palm down. Now, if you find that this is too easy, or maybe you need a little bit more resistance, certainly grab that hand weight and give yourself that extra opportunity for extra effort. Such an important motion for opening doors and opening cans. Very, very critical group of muscles that we're working here. Just about finished. Excellent job. Take a break. Switch sides, moving to the left hand. Same movement. Palms up, palms down. Here we go, 30 seconds. Now please remember, it's also not uncommon for one side to feel stronger than the other, for one movement to feel easier than the other. So do your best, listen to your body, and just pay attention to what you feel like you're able to do in this moment and today. Great job, we're on the home stretch. And rest there. The next exercise that we're going to do will also require the water bottle or a weight if you would prefer. Resting that forearm on a solid surface, whether it's the armrest or your thigh. Palm down this time. We're working the wrist extensor muscles. This is very important to improve these extensor muscles that help you to get a good solid grip. Because if you can't get your wrist extended back, you can't have a good solid grip. If your wrist only extends to here, it's hard to get a firm, reliable grip. So good wrist extension is key to that gross grip. Palm down, full range of motion, bringing the wrist upward. Here we go, 30 seconds. Good job, everyone. Slow and controlled. And once again, as much of the full motion as you feel like you can do. It's very normal for these tiny muscles and nerves to start to fatigue towards the end of this. So do what you can do what you're able to do, and we're proud of what you are accomplishing in this moment. Great job, and relax there. Switch over to the left side. Palm down, working those wrist extensor muscles. Here we go, guys. Up and down, slow and controlled. It's also not uncommon for the size of the object that you are holding to make it easier or harder. So please keep in mind, maybe a water bottle is not the right size for your hand. That you may need something smaller or you may need something bigger. So certainly experiment with what's most comfortable to you. A few more seconds, here we go. Great job, everyone. Those hands and wrists might be feeling a little bit tired, so let's just take one moment and just kind of rotate them around and just let them rest. The next exercise I like to call windshield wipers, and you will need a washcloth or a hand towel, so whatever is handiest for you. Go ahead and take your washcloth, position it on a table nearby you or in front of you, whatever is most convenient. Palm down, you're just moving the hand side to side, so it's simply this movement, like a waving motion or a washing motion, if you'd like to call it that. Ideally, this forearm is again supported in order to stabilize and keep the motion at the wrist versus at the elbow or up in the shoulder. All right, let's go ahead and start with our left hand first. 30 seconds. That waving motion is what you're doing, resting your forearm on the table, but the wrist is moving side to side. And you know, this is a good opportunity to not only just exercise, but you could be cleaning your table, I suppose, at the same time. You're over halfway there. 10 more seconds, you're doing a fantastic job. These windshield wiper waves can be a little bit fatiguing, so take what your body's giving you today. Fantastic. Let's move over to the right hand. Forearm stabilized once again. Here we go, 30 seconds. Waving that hand, windshield wiper on your counter or your nearby table. It's nice to have your fingers nice and wide and positioned as well. Sometimes that gives a nice gentle stretch to those forearm and finger flexors. You're over halfway there. Wonderful job, you guys. Again, those tiny muscles tire quickly, so give them a rest if you need. We're almost done, and relax. Great job. Great job, everyone. The next exercise is to work on that rotational movement one additional time. So go ahead and grab your washcloth again. Roll it up the long way, and we're just going to practice the twisting motion as if you're wringing water out of a washcloth. Let's go ahead and start this for 30 seconds. Here we go. Please remember, again, with any of these exercises, you guys, you can pause the video, take a break. You can even cherry pick segments of this that you feel are most helpful or most beneficial for you. But please, we understand that hands and fingers get tired very quickly, so stop as you need. We have about 3 more seconds left. Excellent job. Take a little rest. Put that washcloth to the side. The next exercise is to work the tiny muscles of the hands. These tiny muscles in between each one of our fingers are very critical for any of the fine motor movements, typing, writing, anything that engages little small movements of our fingers. In order to do this exercise, you can bring your hands out in front of you like this. You can keep them down at your sides, but ultimately we're opening and spreading the fingers nice and wide, sparkle hands, and then bringing them back together. Here we go, 30 seconds. Great job. Also remember that any of these exercises can be helpful, maybe not just for your MS, but also for other health conditions you might be managing, for example, arthritis. These are good exercises for overall hand and joint health. Keep on going. We're almost there. Great job. And relax. Fantastic. We have just 2 more exercises left to go, and they both are involving those tiny intrinsic muscles that I was just talking about. The first one is to work on our pinching grip. So if you have a clothespin available to you, I would suggest that you grab that. Otherwise, you're welcome to go without using that device. So let's grab our clothespin. We're working on pinching the thumb and the pointer finger together. We're going to do 30 seconds. Here we go. And again, you might say, whew, this is fine now, but towards the end of this 30 seconds, this is becoming incredibly difficult. Feel free to ditch the clothespin and just work on the pinching motion itself. It's perfectly fine. Very, very helpful exercise for buttoning, zipping, anything that requires that tiny little pinch. And you're there. Great job, you guys. Let's switch over to the left hand. 30 seconds. Pinching once again. Here we go. As you progress, and if you feel like you start to need more resistance, you can always consider wrapping a rubber band around the tip of the clothespin for a little additional resistance. You're past the halfway point. Keep pinching away. And again, remember, It might feel different on your non-dominant hand or your more affected MS hand than it feels on your other side, so please keep that in mind as well. All right, great job, you guys. We have one exercise left and you will have finished the hand series. It's working on extending and opening those fingers. So I would recommend starting with your fingertips together and then opening big and wide. Fingertips together, open wide. If this movement in and of itself is too easy, I would suggest grabbing a rubber band and then opening against that rubber band for a little additional resistance. This is tricky though, I'll tell you that. Let's go ahead and get started. 30 seconds, fingertips together and open. Good job. This is an important exercise if you have spasticity in your forearm flexors and your forearm muscles and your finger flexors, because often this can be a difficult movement to open and close that grasp. Great job. Perfect. Final 5 seconds and relax there. I suspect if you're like me, our hands and our fingers are tired. So what I would suggest, rest, check in with your body. You do want to try to recover within about 2 hours of doing this exercise. If you feel like you haven't recovered within that time, you may need a little more additional time, or we may need to back off the amount of exercises that you're doing. Please continue to try to repeat these a couple of times a week, and I wish you good luck and thanks for participating. Thanks for moving with me today. If you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you next time.